60 Minutes Overtime.
This week on 60 Minutes, we reported on how Republican electors assembled on December 14th in 2020 in 7 states that were won by President Joe Biden and cast fake electoral votes for Donald Trump. They become known as fake electors. The alleged scheme, it's a prominent piece of Special Counsel Jack Smith's indictment of the former president.
Today, an indictment was unsealed, charging Donald J. Trump with conspiring to defraud the United States.
Smith alleges that Trump and his co-conspirators developed what he calls a corrupt plan across those states to stop Biden electors' votes from being counted and certified on January 6 in 2021. The alleged plan, it capitalized on the legal requirement that the legitimate electors gather on December 14, 2020, to cast electoral votes for the candidate who won in their states. The fake electors, they met the same day and cast bogus votes for Trump. One of those states was Michigan, where Joe Biden won by more than 154,000 votes.
The lead up to the election, we were hearing more and more rhetoric, of course, by Trump particularly, and a lot of his supporters. I could start sensing that things were going to be different this time.
Blake Mazurek, Robin Smith, and Tim Smith were 3 of the legitimate Democratic electors who were escorted by police to cast their state's electoral votes at the Capitol amidst what officials were calling a credible threat of violence.
For me, it was just the gravity of the moment.
There was tension was building.
The tension was just building as you went along the way, and to the point of our Capitol having to be closed.
I was actually escorted to the Capitol by State Patrol, and I said, man, I really feel protected. And he said, take a look up. And he actually had snipers on top of the buildings to make sure we got in and was able to complete the process.
That same day, Republican electors allegedly signed fraudulent electoral documents, and some of them tried to get into the state capitol. The 16 real electors were already inside.
There was a ruckus of a bunch of people trying to enter the Capitol, and it was the fake electors.
Yeah, the electors are already here, they've been checked in.
And it wasn't until later that we learned the depth of their scheme.
Right.
There was even talk that they might try to spend the night in our Capitol. And
they were going to try to sneak in the night before.
And night before and sleep in the Capitol.
When you heard that, what'd you think?
I was astounded.
Right.
They thought they could actually get away with this.
The fake electors group included Michonne Maddock, who later co-chaired the Michigan Republican Party. She talked openly about her involvement on a radio show 2 days later.
I, along with the other 15 electors, were guided by legal minds, attorneys for our president. So what we did really send in dueling electors, and it'll be before Mike Pence and Congress to make that decision.
15 Republicans are now facing charges brought by Michigan's Attorney General Dana Nessel for their role in the alleged fake elector scheme. Last December, investigators in Nessel's office spoke to an alleged architect of the plan, Kenneth Chesbrough. Chesbrough told them he spoke to then-President Trump about the fake electors on December 16, 2020.
And I explained the whole logic. Because the alternate electors had voted, we had more time to win litigation.
Prosecutors in Georgia and Nevada are also pursuing criminal charges against some of the fake electors in their states. In Wisconsin, the fake electors were not criminally charged, but they were sued by some of the Democratic electors. And as part of a lawsuit settlement in Wisconsin, the 10 fake electors admitted that they signed a document that was, in the words of the settlement, used as part of an attempt to improperly overturn the 2020 presidential election results. The former state Republican Party chair, Andrew Hitt, who was one of the fake electors in Wisconsin, says that he and the other fake electors were tricked into signing it by the Trump campaign. Robin Smith, Blake Mazurek, and Tim Smith have also filed a lawsuit against the fake electors in Michigan.
I felt like January 6th and all of that lead up, all fake elector schemes across the nation and all of that stuff would have been the point of where Americans stop and say, what are we doing? We need to slow this roll. And I'm not seeing that. What I'm seeing is Donald Trump ratcheting it up, and his extremist followers are following suit.
Why are you suing?
This is about accountability and about establishing that this is not okay. This is not how a democratic system should work.